Hallo allemaal, welkom weer bij een nieuwe video van de Smite patch notes. Dit keer is Raad Tosker aan de beurt en wordt hij officieel in Smite gereleased. Dus laten we maar beginnen met deze Smite patch notes. Ik ben benieuwd wat er gebeurt. Oh. En zoals normaal, hashtag blame Adonis. En we gaan zien wat we allemaal gaan krijgen. Als het goed is begint hij zo meteen. Soms zie je zo'n paars balkje in beeld komen. Dat komt dus doordat ik de patch notes wat later kijk. Omdat ik helemaal ben vergeten dat hij vandaag live kwam. Ik had er namelijk helemaal niks van gehoord. Oftewel, we gaan luisteren. Dit keer is het weer Iris Part zoals je ziet. Dus dit is even kort zijn introotje van wat hij allemaal gaat vertellen. En nou zit hij over Raad Tosker bijvoorbeeld te praten. Oftewel, we gaan er eventjes naar luisteren.
Got some Hercules and Aphrodite summer skins coming your way and all kinds of other fun stuff. So, let's get right into the patch notes. The first thing I'm not going to talk about is Tasker, even though it's at the top of my list.
Aphrodite krijgt een nieuwe skin.
Into the new god skin. The first one coming your way is Aphrodite summer skin. There she is, Beach Babe Aphrodite. So this is part of a ongoing kind of Summer of Smite promotion. There'll be a lot more information about that coming up over the next few days. But there is her loading card, and here is her sweet skin. So she's a beach babe. She's wearing the bikini top and the sash bottom there. This is a tier 2 skin. It does not come with effect treatment changes. But you can see she has that sweet shovel.
Fucking gosh. Hij is met tier 2, oftewel super goedkoop.
Sporting. Oh, they are seagulls floating around her head. And it looks like the icons are nice and high fidelity as well.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, she's seagulls instead of birds. It's a slight change, but a very cool skin. And
oh my gosh.
It's very summery, isn't it?
Hij is echt helemaal zomerachtig gemaakt, dus die zeevogel, of dan ben ik de naam van kwijt, ik noem ze zeevogels, nee in ieder geval dus die zeevogels, boven haar hoofd zijn veranderd, haar bek-offs is niet veranderd, haar ult wel.
Oh. Did you see that? OMG. Totally awesome. Whatever. Whatever. Rad game. Good luck or something. Shut up! No, really. Psych. Not cool. Get stoked.
Oh my fucking gosh.
Take a chill pill.
Also, shout outs to a little bit of tasteful side booty there on the left side of that skirt. Aphrodite.
That's side booby though. Oh my fucking gosh, deze skin is echt awesome. Oh, ik kan niet wachten tot deze skin uit is gekomen.
Also out of the summer skin lines, it's Huncules. The Huncules skin for Hercules, and you can see he's been on Muscle Beach here with his
oftewel, dit is de skin voor Hercules. En dit ziet er best wel verkeerd uit, vooral die
unnamed other skin with white hair. What is that on the right side? I wonder if that's
is dat Bellona?
Nox says she has white hair, right?
Oh ja, Nox. Het kan Nox zijn inderdaad. Het kan Bellona die rechtsachterste zijn.
He's not wearing all those cumbersome clothes. And where did that? check out his package. Look at that thing. Hercules, virile and powerful.
Het is een goede skin, ik hou er alleen zelf niet zo van. Maar hij is wel leuk, maar echt Hercules wordt echt nu ook voortaan vol stomme skins, zonde. Maar het is wel echt een zo'n skin.
You wish you were yoked like me. Gains, man, gains. So sorry. Nice set, bros. Keep trying. Check your mouth, little boy. Yeah, right. You're kidding me, man. Get it? Get it? Ooh, oh. Yeah. I'd ask you if you lift, but bruh, I can see
Ik
that.
vind de Aphrodite skin beter. Helaas zijn de abilities niet gemaakt. Ik wil echt dat er gewoon een goede kwaliteitsskin komt voor Aphrodite. Want de skin die we nou eindelijk voor Aphrodite zien is eindelijk een keer een beetje een waardige skin. Het is echt een awesome skin. Ik ben blij dat er weer even wat waarde in Aphrodite was gestopt. Maar dit betekent nog steeds dat er niks met Aphrodite wordt gedaan. Terwijl ze er wel heel veel zitten aan te klooien.
And, well, what's not to love about this one? And yes, he does have a giant knife. Of course he has a giant knife. I love this skin. This is like one of my favorite skins
This
that's
is
come out in quite some
awesome.
time. Why is it Sobek, like, it's like, you know, the Pirate Sobek came out as like the first of a line of sweet pirate skins, and now it's like, I feel like this is maybe first in a line of a kind of safari theme, I hope at least, because this is pretty sweet looking. You can see his effects do have some recolors on them and some slightly different animations, and oh, what is it? What's gonna? Is it all?
Deze ult is echt fancy. Maar wat je dus hoort, er komt een nieuwe lijn met een soort van safari skins of zo.
Voice pack that I'm sure is just absolutely wonderful. So tell me about your knife, Sobek. Take it away.
Ripper! I'm a professional. Ripper! Ice! Sorry. Good one. Have a go.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Be very
Your left
quiet.
tower is under attack.
No, you must be fibbing. Kicking the bucket. Have fun! I've got a bite quicker than the eye, I do. Shove a blowfly up your nose, mate.
So, also coming down the line here, my friends, as we listen to the final kind of lines of Sobek there, we also have a Zhang Kui skin that's in the works. This is, let's see if we'll take a look at it before I introduce it.
Zhang Kui skin.
It's GI, or it's Commander Zhang Kui, a.k.a. GI Zhang Kui.
Oftewel, kortom, een kopie van zijn Luigi Ghostbuster Mansion skin.
Drone copter and
Wat?
the minigun.
Het is leuk hoor, echt, hij is heel leuk op zich, maar het is wel een kopie van Ghostbuster, die slangen en zo. Het is een kopie, meh, vind ik zonde.
Quite large. Let's take a look at his abilities as we'll see what his mark looks like as well as we spawned out in Odin. Oh, and he gets the... That's awesome. He gets the crosshairs on him. So yeah, this is obviously a military themed skin similar to what you saw to mercenaries. And there he can purge them and then they go into his giant bag. And well, let's take a look at his stun. The copter goes and obviously it's consumed on use. And well, we got to see the ultimate as well. Let's recall some demons and see what it looks like here. Oh, it's like, okay, so they shoot homing missiles out of his backpack.
Aww.
That's pretty damn cool. Big fan of this skin as well. Zhang Kui getting another fabulous skin on top of the Ghostbusters one. I guess the artists really like making awesome skins for this god in particular. He also comes with the voice pack, as you may have guessed if you've been watching so far. Let's take a listen to G.I. Zhang.
Oh, yeah! Ha! I don't just fight, I live it, baby. Dynamite! Are we cool? Ain't nothing but a thing. Ha! Good luck. Pump your brakes, kid. You about to cross the line. Blast it, we lost. Rock out. Hope y'all like hamburger meat, because that's exactly what you'll be when I'm done with you.
All right, so that, I believe, does take us up to the new god page. So a little bit of UI change here. You can see that instead of those bigger god cards, we've moved back towards something that kind of shows more of the gods at once. So there it is, a little bit of a UI update. Thank you very much, my lovely friends in production. Yeah, just get a better look at more gods at a time. Let's go and talk through the rest of some of the UI changes that are coming to the game this go round, my friends. The league screen has had some subtle improvements as well as the profile screen. You saw the changes to the god screen. And the use god cards, I'm sorry, the old view appears to be still available as the use god cards tab in the gods options. Notifications have an achievement tab as well now. And the match lobby, okay, there's a PTS bug. So when this patch does go to PTS this weekend, it looks like the pedestals and god models in the match lobby are hidden behind the UI. We know about this and it will be corrected in the next PTS phase. So thank you very much for your feedback, but we already know about that one. And I'll read through the others quickly, real quick. When viewing top achievements in profile and stats, mousing over tooltips show larger art for the achievements. Added personal honor to profile page in the player information square. Added scroll wheel support when browsing chests. Oh, thank God. I tried to do that today. Added proper redirects when viewing exclusives. Added final art for some achievements. Clicking profile tab on the profile page will return you to viewing your information if previously searched for another player on the profile screen. Duh. Fix an animation issue when using Alt-Tab. Fix sometimes not being able to see top achievements for search players. Also some miscellaneous changes as well. We'll go through these quickly. Clan quests now scale with the size of your clan to make sure the difficulty is correct. Added an icon on the arena minimap for when the friendly enemy siege tower appears. Fix buff camps, sometimes getting stuck around corners. Some changes to the conquest tutorial around minion spawning. Fix buff holders not spawning in the center and joust. Fix gods showing underneath pedestals in the match lobby. Oh, damn it, that's always fun. And fix not earning no-scope accolade during the Shibalanke Ultimate. Because, damn it, you need that no-scope achievement, don't you? And that brings us into some item changes. Not too big item changes. Looks like a couple bug fixes here. Shielded teleport. Fix an issue where Janice's portal could cause shielded teleport to not use cooldown. I guess you could use it while you were, like, being banished. Oh, that's neat. That's a fun bug. Soul Reaver. Fix the passive not always applying to the maximum target when you are fire charge. I guess there was a situation in which you wouldn't hit the highest HP target, which is what that ability is intended to do. And that, my friends, takes us into balance updates and fixes for the gods. And this is always a fun part of the Patch Note Show, where you get to, well, I guess spam chat with what you think, if they were good or bad decisions being made here. But Amuzen Cobb. Well, we're skipping Amuzen Cobb because he just had an issue with his voice. So we'll go right into Alpwash. So Alpwash, the actual change here is that his Fleeting Breath, this is his third ability, had his damage reduced from 32 to 40 to 25 to 37. So about 3 damage per tick removed. And his ultimate, FD the Crips, duration reduced from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. That does appear to be a bug in which the fog itself will last for the full 8 seconds still, but we know about that and we'll be looking to fix it.
Echt een stuk beter. Zijn 3 hebben al genurfd met damage.
Alpwash's poke with Fleeting Breath, which is number 3, at the start of the game is seeing a reduction.
Zoals je ziet heeft hij 1 stack meer gekregen op zijn slow van zijn ult.
Overall is in line with other mates. He was succeeding slightly too well at zoning out enemy players, and I think that's pretty accurate.
Inderdaad, dat is inderdaad wat Harris Bart zegt. Want ik was gewoon Janus ook in Siege. En dan is het echt gewoon te makkelijk voor zo iemand.
30% crowd control reduction instead of the 33 and abides the 40% cap. So I guess there were situations in which you could overcap crowd control reduction with Anubis, but that's been cleaned up. Ao Kwong, some bug fixes around how the energy sword consumes charges. Arachne's web fixed some effects appearing or disappearing. Let's talk about a Wheelix. That's really the next place we're going to have any balance coming in. So I'll read the note here before we get into the changes. A Wheelix, like Kali, will now have protections against knockups, slows, and roots while Gravity Surge, her ultimate, is active. This helps her stay in the fight even if she missed a pull on a jumping target. And I think that's consistent with what you see out of a Wheelix. While being very good, her ability to, if she doesn't kind of get exactly what she wants out of an engagement, she's pretty much just stuck in there. And so now when you use the Gravity Surge, it does give you a very big attack speed, physical power, and well, just attack speed and power bonus for your in-hands. It now will last a little bit longer, and it will give you immunity to some forms of CC, so you can move around in the fights a bit better as a Wheelish. Pretty excited about this change. I think it gives her a little bit more of it widens her niche, I think, more than anything. Not quite as risky of a pick. Bakasura can no longer emote during Regurgitate. Okay. Cupid, Heart Bomb, fixed ability instantly exploding on the Titan. Freya. So Freya had some adjustments here, basically all in her base stats. Freya is seeing an increase to her base protections and scaling to be a bit more survivable. Thank Odin's Ravens is the developer note here. Base physical prot increased by 1 from 13 to 14. HP per level increased from 77 to 80 per level. Ground speed increased from 370 to 375, making her one of the faster gods in the game. And increased magical protection scaling from 0 to 0.9. So Freya long ago did have magical protection scaling. It was removed as she is a mage, but now we're kind of getting more and more comfortable with the idea that Freya is kind of this hybrid mage, assassin, hunter, and given more of that role, it makes more sense for her to have that magical protection scaling. Nemesis, Scales of Fate, her ultimate. It's her passive, technically. Had some cleanups to make the amount of power Nemesis receives more accurate and reliable. So Nemesis now gains the flat value of power she steals rather than a percentage of her existing power. So the way it worked before was on hit, you would scale your power by a small percentage, and now you just take some power. And it's just a little bit clearer in terms of, one, doing the math and just generally speaking how it works. That takes us over to Osiris. So Osiris is the broken god of the afterlife, and the development note here says, he's getting some tweaks to his base and scaling defenses. Put him better in line with basic attack-centric gods like him. So
Sorry voor de
gods like
flikker,
Bellona
jongens,
and
maar dat
Osiris,
ligt
these
aan de
warriors that rely
stream
really heavily on
zelf.
in-hands, generally their stats are a little bit better in certain areas than what Osiris was enjoying previously. So his HP gain per level increased from 80 to 85. So that means that at level 20, he'll have an additional 400 HP. HP 5 gain per level increased from 0.7 to 0.8, so more regen as well, as base physical protection has gone up by 2 from 15 to 17. So while not necessarily the most aggressive changes in the world for Osiris, should give him a little bit of a better time in especially the early laning phase around how damaging those minions can be. And I think the final really balanced note here is going to be for, and this is probably my favorite change that we've made in a long time, is Uller using his ultimate to switch stances now removes disarm. And the developer note is great here because it is a different weapon for glory. So I love this. And personally, I think this is one of the best kind of thematic changes you can make, right? Because if you disarm the bow, well, he's still got the axes. So I love it. I happen to love it. But now we're going to move on to kind of the moment you guys have all been waiting for, I'm sure, which is Ratatasker. And welcome to Dry Bear, who you all, I'm sure, know.
Hallo.
And maybe you love. I hope you love.
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, Alpwash is pretty strong.
Oké, wat ik
So
nu
maybe-
gewoon
maybe,
doe, want er
what's
kwam best wel veel informatie op ons.
yeah.
Ik ga zo meteen gewoon even over naar de
Ratatasker.
patch
This
notes
is
en dan
the
zal
latest
gewoon een
update. The
grote
game
lijst
from
met
Meedoen is
allemaal
very much. So,
namen en et cetera. Daar
for
ga ik
you
gewoon
to
eventjes
say
naartoe
for
zo
the
meteen,
game
zo
and
snel
start
mogelijk als ik
going
kan.
through
En dan gaan we het nogmaals doornemen, want er kwam ook best wel veel informatie voor
You
mij
did
af.
the thing.
En het is toch maar beter om even gewoon rustig door te nemen.
Let's go in the game and start looking at his abilities.
Yeah, sure. So he's actually a Norse assassin, and he is going to be physical. So he's going to be kind of like fitting that role that you expect. He's probably going to end up being our fastest and most mobile character. He has a lot of mobility, and as you expect from a squirrel, right? He's very
Yeah.
fast. And he also has some really unique mechanics to him. I think probably the best thing we could do is just kind of run through the abilities in a wholesale engine, then go into one of the more unique things that make him.
Well, yeah, let's hop into the game here and take a look at Ratatasker. We will not be hopping into the game just this moment. So let's continue to talk about Ratatasker. So you said very mobile, right? But I mean, it's not necessarily as mobile as like Circuit in a fight, right? He has more kind of ability to move around the map, more semi-global presence necessarily than
cute.
true in combat mode.
That's right. So you'll see him flipping around here and kind of jumping around. Now, obviously,
So
there's a lot of
cute.
discussions that we were watching kind of on the Reddit and the forums and all that kind of, how big is he going to be? And here you go. He's probably the smallest character we have in the game, especially when he's on the ground.
Yeah,
So he
he's
will
tiny.
transition between standing on the ground and hopping versus in combat he is floating
So
and floating
much
around as you
cute.
expect a squirrel to do. In fact, I think I got to give a huge shout out to the animation team and to the art team as well. I think they really captured a
cute.
squirrel here, and I think he's so adorable.
Yeah, so you can see when he goes into combat, he has that kind of lightning, electricity ball. It's kind of like a transparency that's holding him
That's
up, elevated in the sky. You can see he also starts with is it just called the nut?
It's the acorn of Yggdrasil.
Oh, okay. All right. Acorn of Yggdrasil. Could you
so
plant another
cute.
Yggdrasil with the acorn?
Potentially.
2 world trees?
It
My
depends.
God.
Yeah, water it.
Okay, so let's talk about his first ability. It's very simply put a dash.
Yes,
And if you hit somebody, you could do it again.
that's right.
Now, can you hit the same target multiple times?
So how this works is this is going to be just a basic dash. It's called Dart. He's darting around, and probably one of my favorite ability icons in the entire game is that
Look how
goofy squirrel.
kawaii.
He's super goofy on that one, and honestly, when you get killed by it on your death recap, it's the most insulting thing ever. But one of the cool things about this dash is that it is a dash, but if you hit an enemy god that you have not hit in the last 10 seconds, your dash will reset automatically. Now, the way this works is every time you dash, the first person you hit that has not been marked yet will be marked. Which means that you can hit 4 people in a row, it'll only mark the first person, which means you can't hit that first person again. But if you hit those following 3 that were not hit, that weren't marked in the first one, so basically the easiest way to put this is every time you dash, you mark one person as on cooldown. Which means that if you hit him again, it won't.
Right. So
won't
if I
reset.
dash through 3 targets,
Yes.
only one of them is no longer eligible for me to get
That's
bonus
right. It's
dashes.
the first one you hit.
So can we spawn some Odin bots in the jungle here and take a look at this dash mechanic?
Now, in general gameplay, you'll always be wanting to hit, a target that you didn't hit yet, which means that you can have up to 6 dashes, right? He's very quick. So you keep hitting a new god every time, it will reset. There's some gameplay between dashing and dashing back to the same person, but overall, it's just really about kind of moving on the fight, being mobile, and really being able to reposition yourself, and it's really quick, too.
Yeah, it looks like. So here we go. That's a friendly Odin.
Gotta do
But
2-1.
yeah, spawn bot Odin 2-1. God,
Ze maken veel
blame
fouten.
production.
There you go.
So It gets a dash, and then now he has the dash still available. So if you guys could turn off
Cooldown.
/cooldown so we can see it firing. I remember middle school. What it's like to be young. No. So you dash through and you can see the ability does not go on cooldown.
Now it does.
Now it does because you've already hit that target.
That's right.
So you can, in theory, dash 6 times.
You could, yes.
Okay, got it. So that's the first ability. The second ability. This is one of the more visually spectacular abilities we have in the game. Break this one down for me.
So this one, this one's actually
voor-
very unique for a basic ability. Generally, we do something this extravagant.
Echt
on an ultimate,
interessant
but
voor
this was just, you know, an awesome
mensen
choice
ook
for
te
him.
trollen.
What he'll do is he'll actually kind of spin in a circle and he'll throw out 12 acorns in a circle around.
That's a lot of
him.
acorns.
It's a lot of acorns, and we wanted him to feel
It's a flurry of acorns.
It's
in
a
fact.
flurry. You could say that. We wanted him to feel a little more nutty and also kind of like unique to him, that he has a lot of control over these acorns, really bringing it into his visual style. So he'll shoot these out in a ring around him. They will pause briefly in the air, and then will return to him. So there's a lot of gameplay you can do with this. It actually returns to the center of where he is, which means that if you're attacking someone in melee range, it'll hit them as well. But there are things like you can stand on top of someone, pop them out, and you'll hit, maybe 8 or 9 of them on the way out. And then if you can dash through them as they come back to you, you'll hit maybe 12 or 13 or 14.
So this ability, if we could mouse with the tooltip again, you can see is generally speaking really, really low damage per acorn.
Per acorn, that's right.
You're talking in the realms of like 7 to like 24, right?
That's
Something in there, right?
Yep.
Per hit. So I mean, on the high end, it's going to scale fairly well because it hits a lot of times and have pretty moderate base damages.
That's right. Yep. So a lot of ways you can play this, and this honestly, I'm really curious to see how the players of Smite really kind of figure out how to use this.
There you're seeing really the application.
Dus
You
toevallig.
would use the 2 and then have it.
Terwijl het beste is om je 2 in te zetten en dan snel door iemand heen te dashen of door meerdere. En dan hoe mooiere afstand je kunt leggen op een bepaalde positionering, hoe meer damage je op iedereen kan doen op een tactische manier.
Well, also, I mean, there's some modifications to make it easier as well, and also if there's a setup for you, you can do it on top of them and then dash again when they try to get away and hit them again.
Hit them 24 times.
There are some counterplay mechanics as well, and one thing that I really enjoy as far as gameplay is just having things that are rewarding when you use them, but also rewarding when you avoid them. So I think this ability accomplishes a lot of that, and that if you know how it works, you know what Ratatosk's doing, you can avoid most of the acorns. But also, if you're playing correctly as Ratatosk, you can get some really good damage numbers off of it.
There's his base card, right?
Yep, that's the base one with that little ladybug.
So yeah, you can see that his he has that kind of brilliant lightning electric blue markings on him that we don't see on the model here yet, and we'll be getting to that shortly. But let's talk about his third ability here, and this is his lowest mana cost ability besides, there's a dark 35 mana. Am I reading that right?
Yes.
Oh man.
Well, you do it 6 times. You don't run
okay,
mana.
fair enough. So Acorn Blast. This is really, out of his kit, a very traditional ability to fight. It's just a cone targeter, right?
Well, it's traditional in its core sense, but it's actually a little bit different. It's got a twist on it. So, yes, this is a cone targeter, but it's actually not a cone. You're actually shooting 4 projectiles in a cone.
Like Xbalanque.
That's right.
Okay.
So at point-blank range, it'll act more like a shotgun, which means you're hitting all 4 at once. You get a lot of big bursts out of it. But at max range, you'll probably hit maybe 1 or 2.
Right.
And so that way, it's more like you're comboing with popping the 2, dashing through someone, and right when you're behind them, you give them the shotgun blast right to the back, and you get this really big, nice assassin burst.
Okay, right. So you're just looking at exactly what we saw there. We saw 2 of them hit Odin, but there's the shotgun where all of them hit.
That's right.
Dealing a pretty nice amount of damage there. Look about what's the base? It looked like 66 4 times, which is pretty good.
It goes, I believe, 30 up to 70.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, so in theory, you have very high damage potential.
Yes.
30 to 70. So yeah, I mean that's no
acorn.
joke, right? That's nearly 300 damage out of the acorns. And then obviously when paired with that 2 and that 1, you have a pretty considerable amount of high mobile burst.
That's right. Yeah, his tags are nuke or escape. So he's all about mobility and damage, but he doesn't really bring as much utility for his teammate as,
Hij heeft
say,
ook
a
een
Thanatos
heel
or a
apart
Warrior.
item.
Well, let's get to the ultimate. What is it called?
Through the Cosmos.
Als je goed kijkt, heeft hij een heel raar soort starter-item. Dat moet een nieuwe zijn of zo.
So if you don't know Norse lore, I guess Yggdrasil, the world tree kind of branches out through all of creation, all of the universes, all of the planes of existence. And so Ratatoskr, being at home there, is able to kind of navigate that.
That's right. So one of the ties we have here, and you'll see kind of like lightning effects on him. The idea is that because he's so in tune with the Yggdrasil, he's able to channel its cosmic power, and that's why the lightning is coming through, and you see the kind of like the crackling you'll see in almost all of his abilities and effects.
Yeah.
And the idea is that since the world tree is part of existence, it's not really a branch. It's kind of this cosmic branch you see floating. He's really channeling or tapping into it and the ability to stand on it. You can see him kind of hopping around. So what happens is when you're up in the air, you have this opportunity to either jump down and dunk on someone, turning into a lightning ball and dealing massive amounts of damage, but you can also jump to a new branch. So this isn't Apollo where you're flying across the sky. This is you're hopping like a squirrel from branch to branch.
Yeah, so, I mean, roughly speaking, if I'm in the, let's say, left side lane, how far can I go?
You can get just about from lane to lane, maybe a little bit less.
Okay, so it's generally speaking, if you're moving in a straight line, roughly the same amount of travel distance as something like a Thanatos, it sounds like. But obviously, there's nothing saying that you have to go in a straight line.
That's right.
You can choose to go zigzags back and forth, diagonal, anything you want.
And one thing that was really special with this one, and as far as I can remember, I don't think we've ever done with something like this with ability in Smite. This ability actually has no global cooldown. In fact, almost all abilities, in fact, I think all abilities in the game have one. This one, when you land on a new branch, there's no preliminary cooldown you have to get through before you can react.
Oh, okay. So can we see?
You
we
can
see
hop
that?
from branch to branch instantaneously. There's no
Right,
global
because
cooldown.
you have to leap off with the third one to do the damage. Right?
That's right.
So yeah, you can see just how fast he's able to move from branch to branch. And I mean, is that as fast as you think it will go?
No,
or?
it's much faster.
Yeah, I mean, I would just spam clicks as fast as possible, guys. Yeah, so there you go. That's what you mean by it's ignoring the global cooldown.
Now, the one thing about this as well, and then there's a couple mechanics here. If you're just left-clicking the whole time, you'll have to go to the third branch to jump off. But you can also right-click at any time and go to your targeter as a dump. So you can jump off the first one.
Oh, I see. So you can, okay, you can,
Yes.
I was under the impression that right-clicking cancel and you just dropped.
You go to your location.
But you will drop at target location with all of the damage of the ultimate entails.
So if you really want to jump off the
Got
first
it.
one, you can.
You can.
The second one, you can. The third one, you can. But just to make it a little bit easier to use, we made it so that you had to right-click instead of giving, say, a Sun Wukong target or something like that.
Right, that's right, that's right. So that's really cool. So I mean, that's his kit, right? But that's about half of it.
That's right.
Okay.
Maybe a little less.
So yeah, so those are his abilities, we'll say. Now let's get into really the meat of what this character is,
Sure.
which is the Acorn of Yggdrasil.
That's right.
So at the base, it just gives you some stats mostly. But you can buy this item, as you're going to see, anywhere on the map. You can upgrade it.
That's right.
So can we go ahead and open up the store, guys, and let's take a look at the Magic Acorn and the Acorn of Yggdrasil and what my options are. So there's a left side and a right side.
That's right.
So left side augments one of my abilities, right side augments the other.
Sure.
So left side, the blue acorn, tell me about it.
So you spawn with the Magic Acorn, which is the base acorn. You can't sell it. You can buy it anywhere on the map to upgrade it, and this is basically in your inventory the whole time.
Yeah.
So the way this is set up here, the first tier, the tier 2, which is going to be that blue acorn, this modifies your second ability, your flurry, the acorns that go in a circle. So the blue version will actually give you a little more power. In fact, his passive really is I get crazy stats from cheap items kind of thing.
Right,
So
yeah.
these are actually pretty cost efficient for what you're getting out of them. So you'll get a big spike of power out of this. But this will actually make it so that every acorn in the 2 applies a big slow, 30% slow for 2 seconds. So now, it contrasting the yellow version, which is on the right side there, that other choice, this makes it just hit 20% harder, which is very significant. In fact, a lot of times, you may prefer to do more damage, or you may want the slowing mechanic, but you can't have both, right? It's not that, it's a choice, right? Either you're getting more utility for your team, improve your ganks, and you do less damage, or you do more damage, but you don't have that utility.
So both of your options at the tier 2 augment your second ability, which
That's
is
right.
that circle. And as well, so we can't show you both of them.
Zoals je
quickly,
ziet
but
is een recommended
buying
build
either
heel
of
erg
them does change that
duidelijk.
color,
Damage.
right?
It's my
Hij
favorite
doet zijn
thing
damage
we've done
met
this character,
Transcendence en
and
Shift
I
to
have been in
Shield
love with him ever
en
since we started
reduce
working
zijn
on him.
cooldown met
Yes,
Jotun's
that's right.
Wrath.
These are all colored differently, and every time you
Zijn
buy an acorn,
acorns
it will actually change
maken,
the color of red.
geven dus aan
So
hoe,
let's,
hoe
let's-
sterk, hoe goed
Yeah,
zijn
which one would you should we kind of demonstrate? Let's talk through the top 4 options
noem
and
je-
let's demonstrate
ja,
them. So,
eikeltjes
the far
of,
left sapphire
klinkt zo
acorn.
stom,
That's right. So this
eikeltjes
one,
worden.
it is your acorn blast now sticks. So this is like sticky grenades.
Sticky grenades.
Right? So that cone attack that left the 4 acorns out there, instead of now just kind of dying when they
That's right.
finish firing, they'll stay there and then detonate later.
Yeah, so they only stick to gods right now, or they only stick to gods. And they also, one thing that kind of like, we were playing with it and looking at it, it's not fun to have the sticky grenades just vanish. And so actually when they go to max range, instead of disappearing like most projectiles, they'll stop at max range and then blow up. And
So-
that way you get a little zoning mechanic out of it. You can put a line
Yeah,
of
that's
grenades
right,
in the
yeah.
way. It's really fun.
The second option is basically that same ability now heals you
Yes.
by a modest amount. That's the Emerald Acorn. Let's move to the other side of the branch as well and take a look at what we have there. The Topaz Acorn. So this is just basically Dart now stuns.
Yep.
Plus cool stats.
Yep.
And the far right option is the Opal Acorn. Again, CDR, nice amount of power, and Dart now does like kind of AoE,
Yeah,
in-hand procking. It's nasty.
Well, so what happens with this is that when you dash people, you actually get this extra range. You get about 10 feet extra on either side of your dash. Your targeter changes as well. And what happens is when you dash forward and pass through people, you'll shoot lightning bolts at them. So you basically kind of zap them with white lightning as you're going through, kind of making that
Yeah.
kind of like flash feel. But what it does as well is that those lightning bolts will proc on hit effects like crits,
Crits
like
and
stacking up
executioners and-
Iqbal,
yeah.
Executioner, chin size. And so you can build a very in-hand based kit, which is, the rest of his kit is very ability based, but you can actually go in-hand with him as well. So there's a lot of variation.
Right, and so that's only on the dart, right? You don't just get like
That's right.
proccing lightning from in-handing. It's only on darting.
So the structure of this whole thing, the bottom tier 2 modify your 2, the whole left tree, those two both modify your 3, and the whole right tree, those both modify your 1. So either way, you're modifying your 2 and your 3, or your 2 and your 1, but they're both modifying the same ability on the same tier.
So let's go ahead and buy the sapphire acorn. I think that's probably the one that's probably the most important to demonstrate. That's the far left side of the tree. So this is the kind of the
Ik ben er zo stil van. Het is zoveel informatie wat je hebt. Dat ik zelf ook zit te kijken zo van
So you can see that he's got the blue lines, and actually, when you modify abilities, those specific abilities will be changing in color to what you bought as well.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that first tier is like a deeper blue, and then when you go into the sapphire, it becomes this kind of lighter, more azure.
That's right.
Blue, right? So yeah, we were out the maxes. So this basically augments my third ability into the sticky grenade. So let's go ahead and take a look at that if we can. Fire those onto the Odin. You'll see that they stick to him
Oh, gaaf.
and then detonate,
Yep.
including that one off to the side. And if you just fire them into the emptiness,
Ze wordt nu ook inderdaad
On the
sterker.
wall. Oh,
or
he's
right,
good. He's a gunner.
oh, he's a deader.
He's a
Yeah,
gunner.
dead. Oh yeah, just go ahead and fire him there. Yeah, you'll see they go to their max distance, and then we'll detonate. What's that?
right.
About a second and a half later.
2
after?
seconds.
2 seconds. Okay, so
Yep.
2 seconds after reaching
A
max.
little bit of anticipation there.
So again, yeah, you can do all this fun stuff, and then so yeah, you can see just a lot of burst
Dus
capability
het
here.
werkt
Remember
echt
that,
met
right? You
z'n
can also augment your dart dealing bonus damage, essentially
Right.
bonus spread damage. You can heal off of that 3, and you can also, I mean, you can get all kinds of awesome stuff from the top of that 3.
Now, if you when he lands here, if you could use the 2 as well, you'll notice that the 2, because you bought the blue acorn, they're actually blue acorns now, not just the regular. So they actually have that blue trail, much
Right.
more blue, rich. And if you went on the other side as well, they would all become yellow.
Got you. So it's basically you have either blue or yellow abilities that get some hue adjustments based on which side of the tree you go to.
Well, the tier 2 modifies the 2. So when you shoot the number 2 out, it'll either be blue or yellow, or just the base kind of like grayish blue. And then since the far left tree modifies your 3, you either get your 3 is like kind of like that rich blue you're seeing now, or that dark green for the heal.
Gotcha.
And then on the right side of the tree, which is your dash will either have white effects with lightning, or it'll be like a rich kind of orange.
Well, let's take a moment here and go to probably the moment that a lot of people have been waiting for, which is how obnoxious is this voice pack? I haven't heard it yet, but I've heard tales of
Tales?
yeah, exactly. Damn it. Tales of a high-pitched kind of rescue rangers.
He's adorable.
Okay, so let's listen to Ratatasker's voice pack. Take it away.
That's why they call me Drill Tooth. Acorns! Yummy. Sorry. Thanks for playing. Tread lightly. Shut up, Big Mouth. It's hard to find good help these days. Thorns and briars. Oh, you'll be fine.
Your right tower is under attack.
Wow, I would never have guessed you were an actual god.
All right, so yeah, now we're gonna quickly, as you heard, I mean, it's
Ah,
yeah, it is
die
what it is.
voice
He's
pack
cute.
is
He's
echt
cutie.
zo cute.
Let's go ahead and pop through
Dit
the different
wordt
color
echt een
options.
geweldige
So
mod.
what we're gonna do is, yeah, you'll see we'll just spawn back as a level 1 Ratatasker.
Echt jammer dat ik zo
And
zijn
yeah, let's
naam
go ahead and
momenteel
buy
druk heb, anders
the
ging ik
tier
echt
2 on
deze
the right
god no
side.
live.
Well, let's do the green.
Want hij is gewoon cute,
Grab that green.
hij heeft
Grab
echt
that green.
awesome
We can grab the green.
abilities.
Okay, well, yeah.
Echt,
So buy the tier
hij is
2
echt
first on
geweldig.
either
Maar
side.
iedereen gaat deze echt no live spelen.
Buy the tier 2.
The tier 2
Buy the
blue.
tier 2. Either one, boys. There we
There
go.
you go.
Production tough. All right. So now you see the yellow.
That's right.
That yellow coloring.
And this modifies your 2, so now your 2 will have yellow acorns with yellow trails.
So yeah, can you go ahead and fire the number 2, please?
Oftewel, als je naar links
And we'll see,
gaat,
that it is
krijg
indeed
je
that yellow effect.
een
So
blauwe
yeah, buy
staart
now the
en
one of tier
rechts
3's
een
on the right
gele
side.
staart.
And what? So
En krijg je
those are
natuurlijk ook een
opal
ander
or
best, et
topaz,
cetera.
So yeah, I guess.
Orange or white?
Yeah. So topaz is what we're gonna go with. It looks like here. And so this is white, I suppose.
Orange.
Orange. Okay. So
Yep.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Obviously, looking at his tail, he's gotten a little bit darker. Than
Wat je
the
ziet ook is dus dat zijn abilities op zijn eerste item die hij dus heeft niet verkocht kan worden. Oftewel, als je eenmaal naar links gaat kun je ook niet meer terug naar rechts of waar dan ook.
You can know exactly what he bought and what that represents. But you'll also see that since you went into the right tree, you don't modify your 3, because the far left 2 acorns modify your 3.
Right.
So your 3 will actually be the base color and will not change because you didn't modify it.
Right. Okay, cool. So let's actually go back and let's go up to the green side of the left side tree, and take a look at the healing effects and the healing acorn, if you will. So yeah, let's buy the tier 2 on the left side of the tree and take a look at the blue. Oh man, hook me up.
Hook me up.
Hook me up. Okay. So tier 2 left side, blue acorn. You'll see he'll turn blue, but it's not the same color blue as
Softer,
tier
lighter
3. Yeah,
blue.
it's not quite as brilliant. And then the green acorn, we would expect to have a green Ratatasker.
He does this little animation too
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
when you buy. He pulls it out
cool.
of his sack and holds it up in the air. You're actually, when you're buying, you're rooted. You can't actually move.
Oftewel,
And you're
elke
actually
keer
pulling
als
the
je
acorn
een
out of his
bepaalde
backpack,
soort
pulling it from the
acorn
sky,
koopt, wordt hij
channeling
dus
the cosmic
gekleurd.
powers and changing the color of the acorn and putting
Als
it back.
je
So, and this affects his
Sapphire
2.
Emerald
Or three,
was
I'm
het?
sorry, 3.
Emerald
So this, now when we
acorn
fire the
koopt,
3,
krijg
we'd
je een
expect to see
groen
green
effect
trails,
op.
which we do.
There's actually little leaves in there as well. It's very, very
This is a
healy.
really cool god.
There you go, colors.
So yeah, so any kind of final thoughts or always like to try to leave off with something like, what was something that like didn't make it? As we were iterating, like what's something that just like,
We tried flying death squirrel.
like sugar glider, like
That's
death
right.
bomb?
Just like going at you, and it didn't work.
Oh man.
This is the recolor, by the way, and the colors on him look fantastic.
So yeah, let's just go up one of the trees and
Just
take a look.
pick up the opal, the far right. If you pick up the white one on the white color, it looks great. It's also important to know if we could show the dash targeter that you get when you pick up the opal.
I feel like a
Okay, so yeah, we have opal now, and you can see the white striping and the dash targeter, please. Ah,
This shows you the range of the lightning. Now, your dash damage will still be in the center, but the side panels there, kind of like bumpers in bowling, you can just see exactly how far
Sounds.
that lightning will shoot out when you dash.
okay, that's neat. So here's a question: like when you're in this ability, are you? I assume that you can still take dot damage like any kind of
Yes,
other kind of
you're
out. But like,
uninvulnerable.
could let's say like a friendly Athena target you with an ultimate
No.
during that? Okay, so you are out of combat.
That's right.
So similar to an Apollo chariot can't be targeted by Neath. Okay, very cool. So yeah, that's a really interesting kind of option here that we have for this guy. I am really curious to see how this thing pans out.
I'm excited to see what the Smite players actually do with this character because there's so many options.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's be honest here. I'm excited to see how people are able to break this.
That's right, yeah.
Right? I mean, like, there's so much going on. There's so many interactions with all these abilities. There's going to be some crazy emergent stuff that we're going to be like, oh.
But if you buy this acorn and that item and do this thing.
Exactly. If you buy first item Soul Eater in the blue acorn, well, you're in whatever it's going to be. It's really exciting. I mean, Ratatasker is really awesome, so congratulations.
Inderdaad,
on a
want
very
zo zat ik ook te
successful,
denken van,
design and a really cool
wat
design,
gaat
guys.
er
And thank
gebeuren?
you all
Want
for tuning in to
dit wordt
Patch Notes.
echt zo'n
We'll
chaos
give
met
you a little bit of
Ratatosker.
a, insight
Dat
into
zie
what
ik
we're
nu al
gonna do
in
for the rest of the
mijn
day.
hoofd
So,
gebeuren.
directly following this,
Want
we'll
als
have
jij
our,
namelijk full
analysis panel
cooldown
for
of
our
de
pickups for the
cooldown
weekend.
acorn
For
koopt,
esports,
ga je
and following
natuurlijk
that,
geen
we will be
Jotun's
having
Ref
a
nemen, dan neem je
3-hour
bijvoorbeeld
Xbox
Titans
stream with
mee.
Amanda and Scott to celebrate the closed beta of the Xbox One version of Smite.
Sounds awesome.
So if you want Founders Packs, which is the God Pack for Xbox, in addition to beta codes and all that kind of stuff, there'll be tons of giveaways then. So lots more cool content coming your way, guys. We'll go to about a 2-minute break while we set up for the next piece, and then we'll be right back with some esports analysis for your mom one time. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time for Patch Notes and Dev Insights. Thank you to Rory and all the production staff. You guys didn't do that great, but thank you to all the viewers out there, and we'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Oftewel, nou ja, dit is even gewoon van dingen die je nog kan winnen van natuurlijk de season ticket en zo. Maar ik ga eventjes hiernaar overschakelen en dan ga ik heel even snel zoeken naar de nieuwe patch notes, namelijk van Ratatosker, als ik die überhaupt kan vinden. Ik heb hem wel. Even kijken. Ja, ik heb hem. En nu zien jullie inderdaad niks. Geef me 1 seconde. Als het goed is, moet hij het nu wel doen. Althans, ik hoop het. Want ik vind het toch iets makkelijker om nou even allemaal op een rijtje te staan. Want ik vond, je hoorde me ook dat ik best wel stil was. Want het was best wel veel informatie, vond ik. Oftewel, zoals je ziet, helemaal Oftewel, we hebben hier even de patch notes. Zoals we hier zien. Oh my gosh. He is so pretty. Hier ziet hij er echt heel eng uit, maar hij is echt zo cute. Oftewel, eens even kijken. Ik ga niet te langer op in, want dat is ook allemaal voor jullie niet interessant, vinden jullie. Oftewel, Tosker heeft natuurlijk zijn passive Acorn of Yggdrasil, denk ik. En dat is een item. En dan gaan we zo dus op. Zijn dart heeft hij, oftewel zijn dash die we zagen. Flurry of Acorns. Dat was natuurlijk zijn soort van ult van Medusa. Acorn Blast. Wat was het ook alweer? Nou ben ik het even kwijt. Oh nee, wacht. Dat was de... Oh ja, wacht. Zo was het weer. Dus de tweede Flurry of Acorns was dat er 12 eikeltjes om hem heen gaan. De 3 is dus de Acorn Blast, oftewel dat hij in een soort van Medusa ult 4 eikeltjes naar voren uitspuugt. En dan heb je natuurlijk zijn ult Through the Cosmos en dan gaat hij via allemaal boomstammen, kan die heel ver weg komen. Oftewel, dan gaan we naar zijn passive over. Dan heb je de Magic Acorn. En dat is een starter item. Dan heb je de Blue Acorn en de Yellow Acorn. En dat zijn dus de twee tier 2 items. Dan heb je de Sapphire Acorn. Die, even kijken. A tiny adorable grenade of doom. Die zich dus opblaast. Na 2 seconden. De Emerald Acorn. Geeft je wat healing. De Topaz Acorn stunt ze. En de Opal Acorn geeft je dash. Dat naast de dash zelf ook nog aan de zijkant wat stroomlading komt. Hier hebben we de Zonqui skin dus. De Sobek skin. De Hercules skin. En de fucking awesome Aphrodite skin. Hij is zo awesome. Oh lol. En deze minion hier. Wat een grapjas. Ah. En onze lieve Ratatosker. So cute. Yep. Waarschijnlijk heeft iemand van Anna dit gemaakt. Hart Anna. Je hebt echt heel veel verschillende. En dan nieuwe gods. Of nee, ben ik de naam voor kwijt, maar jullie weten wat ik in ieder geval bedoel. Een nieuwe kaart voor Isis dus. Is er gemaakt, mocht ze uit kiezen. Retweeten voor de oude, favorite voor deze. En we kozen dus voor de nieuwe. Nieuwe voice packs die van zo'n Quidus, Sobek, Hercules, Aphrodite en Ratatosker natuurlijk. Ratatosker heeft een wave and clap, net zoals Apoash. Er is een nieuwe ward. Een player icon bijgekomen, een Shike icon. Nou ja, UI kun je even zelf lezen. Klaar, moet je maar even pauzeren dus voor. Onthoud wel als je op PTS gaat spelen, want er staat hier ook. De pedestals en god models willen in de matchlobby niet goed werken of er gebeurt gewoon iets mee. Dat is gewoon in de volgende PTS allemaal gefixt. De clan questen gaan nu mee met de clan zelf. Oftewel, als je een kleine clan hebt, heb je een iets makkelijkere missie dan een grote clan. Oftewel, dat wordt ook wel erg hatelijk. Ik vind echt dat ze wat meer, beter aan die clans wat moeten fixen. Dat je wat betere dingen hebt. Er is een icoontje voor de arena minima bijgekomen. Voor wanneer de vriendelijke en dus de ally of de enemy siege tower komt. Buffcamps zijn wel gefixt, dat ze dus in zo'n hoek blijven vaststaan. De conquest tutorial dat klopt nu allemaal weer voortaan. Joust is ook weer iets gefixt met de hoe de minions staan. Of dat in de matchlobby de gods onder de pedestal staan. Lol. Als je fixed not earning no scope alert during Shubalanki ultimate. Sinds wanneer doet de ult van Shubalanki damage? Weet iemand dat toevallig? Ik wist niet dat je no scope kon halen met Shubalanki ult. Ik wist echt niet dat het damage deed. Ik voel me nu echt heel erg dat ik een no scope kan halen met een Shubalanki ult. En dat ik dat nog niet eens wist. Oh, ik voel me echt heel stom. Ik voel me echt heel stom. Yep. Ik snap het niet. Nope. Maar goed. Shield teleport. Fix een issue. Wanneer Janus een portal gebruikte. Oftewel, als je... Oftewel, er is een... Als je een Janus portal gebruikt... Waar Janus portal... Oftewel, als je iets met Shielded Teleport doet... En met Janus portal... Oftewel, je gaat in de portal van Janus... En je gebruikt snel Shielded Teleport... Dan gebruik je geen cooldown. Soul Weaver. Passive werkt nu voortaan. Bij de maximum target met de nieuwe fire shards. Hij moest een kap wat gefixt aan zijn ult met de nieuwe skin van hem. Apwash, er staat even kort dus van dat Apwash poke echt veel te hard was. En dat het eigenlijk korter moest genervd worden. En dan dus met name dus die 3 waar we het over hadden. Desert Fury. Is dat niet de domination map waar ze het dan over hebben? Oké, nou ja, laat maar zitten. Oftewel, we zagen dus bij Anubis net dat er is iets naar een oud mechanic is gestuurd van Resolve. Ik weet niet wat ze hier precies mee bedoelen. Misschien dat iemand dat weet en eventjes kan zeggen, maar goed. De 2 energy shards, nee, dat werkt allemaal niet gewoon goed. Water illusion, sorry. Ground target werkt er weer goed voor. Hetzelfde geldt voor het web, zoiets. Ook zoiets voor Fina weer. Haar ult, als ze daarin zit, geeft hij immuniteit voor knock-ups, roots en slows. En de duration van haar ult is dus naar 6 seconden gegaan. En als hij Bakazura en Minion eet, kan hij niet meer een emotes gebruiken. Met zijn death machine en Feaster Bunny skin. Oftewel jongens, onthoud me, als we live gaan, gaan we dat testen. Ik ga speciaal ervoor een emote kopen om dat te testen. Onthoud me eraan. Maar dan moeten jullie me wel aan houden. Hardbom explodeerde meteen op de Titan. Is gefixt nu. Zoiets heb ik denk ik ooit gehad bij Bakkes. Dat er iets raars gebeurde bij. Als ik op spatiebalk druk. Dus de jump van de spatiebalk. Maar goed. Oftewel ze wou dat Freya toch iets meer kon survive, oftewel overleven. Nou ja, ik vind nog incredible strong. Maar goed, sure. Oftewel haar base, dus de basis vanaf waar ze begint van physical protection is van 13 naar 14 gegaan. En het HP per level is van 77 naar 80 gegaan. Als er gaat 80 plus 80 plus 80 en zo door naar level 20 bij. En haar basis van snelheid, hoe snel ze kan lopen, is van 370 naar 375 gegaan. En haar magical protection scaling is van 0 naar 0,9 gegaan. Ik dacht dat het heel normaal was. Whoops. Ik dacht dat je namelijk met beats, dat je namelijk die magical protection debuff weg kon halen met Isis, maar dat blijkt dus niet normaal te zijn. Acid spray is wel gefixt, dat hij wat beter werkt en zo. Haar passive is wat veranderd, of nou ja, wat gebufft van Nemesis. Dat ze de gestolen power ongeveer ook kan gebruiken. Odin, de 3 achievements zijn daarbij gefixt. Final Form, Cleanup Crew en Kaboom. Not being granted when using lunge plus Raven Shroud together. Nou ja, ik ken ze niet uit mijn hoofd, die achievements, dus het zal wel. En dan van Ring of Spears is rang 2 en 3. Gaf soms geen root immunity en is nou weer gefixt. Het was eigenlijk bij Osiris zelf als bij Freya een beetje dus zo van. Hij moest wel meer ook kunnen surviven eigenlijk, kortom staat hier. Oftewel van HP is van 80 naar 85 gegaan. De HP 5 is van 0,7 naar 0,8 gegaan. En de basis physical protection is van 15 naar 17 gegaan. Ramus wat gefixt is in arrows, bla bla bla. Dantos, zijn passive was ook een probleempje mee, die is ook meteen gefixt. En Ullr's switching stance now removes this arm. Holy shit, dan is Ullr best wel sterk eigenlijk. Oftewel, als je een blown in het enemy team hebt, kun je best wel goed Ullr gebruiken. Omdat namelijk als hij snel zijn stance switch doet, kan hij meteen dus die disarm removen en kan hij meteen doorvechten. Dus dat is best wel awesome. Because it's a different weapon for glory. Maar dan denk ik dus als je weer terug gaat naar het wapen wat dus die disarm heeft gekregen, dat het dan niet werkt. Maar dat kunnen we ook eens testen. En Zeus is ook weer wat gefixt. Maar er is best wel veel gebeurd. Eigenlijk in deze patch notes. Dus het is best wel awesome. Ja. Ik vind echt Ratoscus awesome. Ik vind dit echt geen slechte patch notes. Het is een van de betere patch notes die ik echt zo live, nou ja live, zo met jullie heb gedaan. Dit is echt een van de betere. Gewoon een goede god. Echt goede mechanics. Interessant. Ik weet niet hoe dat met een nieuw item gaat. Of hij OP wordt. Moet dan maar zien. Ik heb niet zo'n volle damage gezien. Die moet ik eigenlijk vergelijken een beetje met de andere damage van de andere abilities. Maar ja, ik weet niet. Ik vind het raar. Echt. Zijn abilities lijken zoveel als een mage. Maar hij is toch iemand die physical is. Misschien dat ik hem deels toch liever of magical had gezien. En dat het dan gewoon een assassin werd. Hij kan heel goed gechanged worden naar een mage. En ik weet niet zeker, maar dan moet ik eens ook eens even uitzoeken of dat waar is wat ik zeg. Maar volgens mij is hij ook als een mage geclassificeerd ooit is geweest of zo dan. Want echt zijn abilities lijken zo erg magical. Want geef toe, het zijn best wel magical abilities. Als je kijkt naar Circuit, Bastet, het zijn allemaal ander soort abilities voor een physical. Dat is gewoon echt physical, die soort abilities. En dit zijn echt magical abilities, vind ik. Maar goed, we zien het allemaal wel. misschien dat er nog iets speciaals gaat gebeuren. Misschien net zoals bij Guan of Cupid, dat ze zeggen van oké, we klassificeren beter maar Ratatoskr als een mage, want dit werkt zo niet. Want ze wouden namelijk van Cupid ook een mage maken, maar ja, dat was een beetje een gefaald project. Laten we het daar maar kort om houden. Net zoals Guan. Yep. Maar goed, ik bedank jullie weer voor het kijken, jongens. Like de video als je hem weer leuk vond. Abonneer als je het natuurlijk niet hebt gedaan. En dan hoop ik je weer de volgende keer te zien. Of morgen, of nou ja, vandaag. Bij de livestream. Tot ziens.